What's up, you guys? What's up, YouTube? Hey, Facebook. I hope you all tuned in for the season 12 premiere of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I thought last night's episode was really juicy and it was much better than the season 11 premiere. And I thought it was really interesting to see Sincerely Ward, the woman who was accused of being the mistress of Dennis McKinley. I thought it was really interesting seeing her on camera, and I decided to do a body language analysis on her because her body language is so easily read. She's one of those people I can tell expresses herself with her hands and with her face. And when she walked up to Kandi with her hands on her face, holding her face up, it really stood out to me. So we're going to break down the body language of when Sincerely Ward was expressing to Kandi, Cynthia, and Eva that she had never actually met Dennis McKinley. Now, in this instance, the purpose of body language analysis is to determine if someone is being forthcoming. I can't tell if they're lying, but what I can tell by body language analysis a lot of times is if they're being forthcoming or if they're hiding something, if they're showing signs of deception. So let's get into it. Let me first give some background on how reality TV works. As you all noticed, when Sincerely walked up to the table, she was already mic'd. So the way this works is the producers know what's going to happen, but the stars of the show don't always know what's going on. So the producers gave Sincerely a mic, but that doesn't necessarily mean that Kandi knew that Sincerely was going to walk up to her. And we see the first thing I noticed when Sincerely walks up to Kandi, after she gives her a hug, she immediately starts holding her face. Like she's using her hands to hold up her face. She has them on the side of her cheeks, which is very weird. You don't normally talk to people with your hands on your face in this position. This is a very weird position to see someone talking using. Normally, if you're listening, like if you're in a class and you're listening to the speaker, then you might have your hands on your face while you're listening. Now, what this is an indication of in a lot of instances is actually, it looks like it might be embarrassment or something similar to that, but it's actually admiration. Normally, when someone's listening to someone they admire, whether it be like a lecturer or someone they admire giving a speech, they'll have their hands on their face like this. But in this instance, it appears that Sincerely admires Kandi so much that even when Kandi is not talking, when she's talking to Kandi, she's still looking at her in admiration.
Hello. Hey, how you doing? For Kandi, this is from Sincerely. She's over here at the bar.
I don't drink though. I got drink. Hey, Sincerely. How you been?
I'm well, thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you guys.
Beautiful.
Actually, I saw you, so I feel like I should take an opportunity because I wanted to mention something to you.
What's
Can I
up?
sit down for a second?
Sure. What's going on?
I feel like I should take an opportunity because I wanted to mention something to you.
What's
Can I
up?
sit down for a second?
Sure. What's going on?
So the next thing that stuck out like a sore thumb as far as Sincerely's body language is that she asked to take a seat. She says, "Can I take a seat and tell you what's going on?" But then she doesn't actually sit down. She asks to take a seat, but then she stands up.
I don't know if like you've been on the internet or heard anything or seen anything, but apparently there's this story out and I'm this girl in a blog that's supposedly a mistress to Porsha's fiance.
Talk about you.
I'm the mistress.
You can see from the way Sincerely is hunched over, and you can even see the top of her jeans, you can see that she's still standing up when she's actually telling the ladies that she's never met Dennis McKinley. And what struck me is that she doesn't actually sit down until she lets it off her chest that she's never actually met Dennis McKinley.
As soon as you said Sincerely, I was like, uh-oh.
I've never met him a day in my life.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
See, here you can see she's still standing up, and then when the camera pans back to her, now that she's let it off her chest that she's never met Dennis McKinley, she's sitting down.
So why did they? How did you even get pulled into the whole thing?
I have a feeling it has something to do with a vindictive, hateful ex of his.
And that's what leads me to believe that she is being forthcoming. The fact that she's not relaxed and she's not comfortable, even in her body language, she's not comfortable until she says the statement, "I've never met Dennis McKinley." So I do believe she's being forthcoming. Body language analysis is all about noticing the little things that say a lot. And it's a little thing, that she didn't actually sit down until she got the statement off her chest, but it actually says a lot that she didn't sit down, she wasn't comfortable until she made that statement. That says a lot. Now, another thing I noticed is that she's able to give Kandi eye contact. She looks directly in Kandi's eyes when she tells her that she's never met Dennis McKinley. And giving eye contact is a sign of being forthcoming. Normally, when a person is being forthcoming, they're able to look the other person in the eyes without wavering, without looking to the side, and just look directly at them. The only other time when they're able to do that is if they're specifically trained themselves to be able to look someone in the eyes and be deceptive.
I want to have that kind of stigma associated with the destruction of any kind of beautiful black family and what they're trying to do. I want to have that kind of stigma associated with the destruction of any kind of beautiful black family and what they're trying to do.
Have you tried to reach out to Porsha?
I haven't. I feel like that would be weird.
I appreciate you coming over here sharing it with us, because we will, see her and talk to her when it comes up, because everybody's talking about it.
Thank you. I'm happy to share that. I just want the best for everybody,
That's what's up.
Thanks, you guys. Enjoy your meal.
Oh, pleasure. Thank you. All right, nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
And what I also noticed about Sincerely's body language, like I said, I can tell that she's a type of person that uses her hands to express herself. And as she's speaking, her hands are down on the table, but as she's speaking, she keeps lifting them up to show her palms. You see her do that repeatedly. And showing your palms is a sign that you're trying to be open. You want the person to trust you, and you want the person to know that you're being open. So again, I do feel like this is a sign that she is being forthcoming, and it's almost like her body is telling on her. Like if I were to watch this, even with the sound muted and didn't hear the actual words that were coming out of her mouth, and was just looking at her body language, her hands on her face, she's talking to somebody that she's admiring. She's uncomfortable until she gets whatever her statement is off her chest. Then she sits down and she gets comfortable, but at the same time, she's still trying to show the palms of her hands over and over again. It's like her body language is showing that she is trying to be open. She's trying to be forthcoming about whatever she's speaking about. Y'all, that's my analysis of the situation. Leave a comment and let me know what you think. And let me know overall, did you enjoy last night's episode of the Real Housewives of Atlanta? Are you into this season? Are you not into it? Leave a comment and let me know.
Hey, how you doing?
For Kandi, this is from Sincerely. She's over here at the bar.
I don't drink though. Hey, Sincerely. How you doing?
I'm well, thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you guys. Actually, I saw you, so I feel like I should take an opportunity because I wanted to mention something to you.
What's
Can
up?
I sit down for a second?
Sure. What's going on?
I don't know if you've been on the internet or heard anything or seen anything, but apparently there's this story out, and I'm this girl in a blog that's supposedly a mistress to Porsha's fiance.
Let's talk about you.
I'm the mistress.
As soon as you said Sincerely, I was like, uh-oh.
I've never met him a day in my life.
Oh, okay.
And-
Well, that's good. So why did they... How did you even get pulled into the whole thing?
I have a feeling it has something to do with a vindictive, hateful ex of his. I don't want to have that kind of stigma associated with the destruction of any kind of beautiful black family and what they're trying to do.
Have you tried to reach out to Porsha?
I haven't. I feel like that would be weird.
I appreciate you coming over here sharing it with us, because we will, see her and talk to her when it comes up, because everybody's talking about it.
Thank you.
I'm happy to
appreciate
share
that.
it.
I just want the best for everybody,
That's
Thank
what's up.
you. Thanks, you guys. Enjoy your meal.
Oh, pleasure. Thank you. All right, nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
Wow, that was crazy. So you know her.
As always, thanks for watching.